A very good morning, students. We are back with our structural geology geological map video series, and this is map number 13. So far what we have done is in the question they will be given the attitude of rock formation, and we have to find the trace of the outcrop in the map, like vertical, horizontal, inclined, and there will be a point outcrop. From that point outcrop and the attitude we have to trace the outcrop, right? So that is the very first thing what we did. And the second set of question is like 3-point problem. That is, there will be 3 points of a particular outcrop in a map. From that 3-point we have to complete the map. Not only that, with that also we have to complete the stratigraphic sequence that is given in the question. So these are the 2 things that we have did so far. Now what we are going to do is, in the map the complete outcrop will be given. What we have to do is, we have to find the stratigraphic sequence as well as thickness from the outcrop that is given in the map. Okay, so this is what we are going to do today. So this is map number 13, and in the question they are given draw the suitable section and describe the geology of the area. So that is what the question is, and the scale is 1 centimeter is equal to 20 meters, and here is the outcrop of say A, B, C, D, E and F. So there are actually 6 beds, right? So A, B, C, D, E, F, 6 beds are there. So probably you will be having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 traces, like AB. This is the trace of the contact plane, that is AB, and this is for BC, and this is for CD, then this is for DE, and this is for E and F. So there are actually 5 bedding plane and 6 beds are there. So what we have to do is, we have to find the sequence and also the thickness from this given outcrop. So what to do? So as you know, the outcrop that actually occurs when the equal value of contour as well as strike meets, right? So in this case they had given the outcrop, and actually it meets at 1, 2, 3 and 4 different points. Like, so this is a point where outcrop and contour meets, and this is also a point where the same contour and the outcrop meets, and here also you will find the same outcrop and same contour meets, and here also you will be finding the same trace, right? So these are the 4 points that is having same outcrop, that is AB contact, as well as the same contour, that is 50-meter contour that meets. So from the thumb rule we know there will be a strike that passes through this line, and the value of this strike will be 50, and this 50 is for A by B contact. Is that clear? So this is how we draw on the very first strike. Then what we have to do is, we have to trace the same outcrop. If there is any other contour present, then we have to draw the strike. If you follow this outcrop, there is actually 1 point here which is a 60-meter contour, so you can draw a line here, and this will be having the value of 60. Okay, so from this you can find the true dip direction, that is somewhere near towards north, and this is the strike and dip. So all along the map the strike and dip will be in the same way. So we have completed 1 bedding plane, that is AB, where you will be getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 outcrops. The next step is, we have to find the next bedding plane, that is for B and C, right? So for B and C, the same strikes actually meets at B and C at this point as well as this point, that is a 70-meter contour. So we have to write 70 here. Then we will be having some 1, 2, 3 and 4 outcrops here, right? So here also there will be a strike, and the strike value is 60. So this is 70 and this is 60 for BC, and that's it for BC. So after completing BC, we have to go for CD contact, right? So we'll have a line here and we'll mark CD here. So this is CD contact. So this is the C and D bedding plane, that is the plane that separates bed C and bed D. So here is the very first outcrop, which is at a contour of 80. Here is the second outcrop that is also at the point of 80. Here is the third one, and here is the fourth one. So you can draw a strike here, and that will be having the value of 80 for C and D. Same way you have other 4 points in 70-meter contour, so you can write it there. Then the CD bed is over, that is all traced. Then we have the DE contact, which is having a first outcrop at 90 meter here. Then we have same 90 here, and also here, and also here. So you'll be having a 90 strike value here at this trace. Okay, so this is done. Then we have same DE contact here also. So 1, 2, 3 and 4. So you'll be having a strike here, and the value for this strike is 80. Is that clear? So we had completed DE, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4. We have completed almost 4 bedding plane. So we have actually 5 bedding plane, right? So the last one is E and F contact, which is having a value of 100 here, and also 100 here, 100 here, and 100 here. So you'll be having a EF value of 100 here. So these are the strikes value that you will get from the map. So this is actually not completely filled, right? So the next step is, from this trend we can complete the values all along. Say if it is 60, then it is 50, then what you will get here is 40, 30, 20, 10, right? In the same way, if you have 70 and 60, this will be 80, then this will be 50, 40, 30. If you have 70 and 80, you have 90, 100, 110 and 60 here. If you have 80 and 90, you will be having 100, 110, 120 and 130. If it is 100, then you will be having 110, 120, 130, 140 and 150. So we had completed all the strike values. So one step is over. That is, we had traced all the outcrops with a strike. From that strike, actually we had marked all the outcrop and contour cutting point, and we had made the strike, and there are some gaps in the strike value that we had filled with the trend. So one step is over. The next step here is calculating the stratigraphic sequence and the thickness, which is actually the vertical thickness, right? So the stratigraphic sequence, how to find the stratigraphic sequence, right? So if you see, there is AB, BC, CD, DE and EF, right? So when you are dealing with a stratigraphic sequence, you will be knowing that the top bed as well as the bottom bed will not have a proper thickness, as you don't see the bottom. If you see the bottom, you will be finding the next bed, so the flow will be continuing. And in the top, what happens, erosion will remove some portion, so you can't see the proper thickness at the top. So this is the sequence. So two of the beds will be top and bottom. So to find that, if you have a pair of beds that will be having top and bottom, right? So in this case, you have BA as well as BC, which means B have a one side bedding plane with A and the other side bedding plane with C, which means B have a top as well as bottom. So this will not be in the top of the youngest or oldest in the sequence. Likewise, you can see there are two C's here, two D's here, and two E's are here. So what we are left with is A and F. So probably in this sequence, you will be expecting A should be younger or older, or F should be younger or older. So this is the probability, right? So all the other are paired, which means they have top and bottom sequence. Only A and F is missing one side, which could be top or bottom, that we don't know. So how to find which is top, which is bottom, right? To say the top and bottom as well as the sequence, we have to use the strike values. So as you know, the strike values or its elevation from the mean sea level, you will be knowing 10 will be at the bottommost level, then we have 30, then 60, then 80 and 100. In the same way, it is 10 here, right? So A will be lying at the bottommost position, followed by B, then we have C, then we have D, as well as we have E, and lastly, that is the youngest of this sequence is F. So this is the sequence which is given by this strike values. The strike value which is highest will be at the top and the lowest will be at the bottom, and we have pair like B, C, D and E. Only A and F doesn't have any pairs, so that will be in the top or bottom. Is that clear? So we had mentioned the stratigraphic sequence from the strike value. That is, we had find out the stratigraphic sequence from the strike values. The next step is we have to calculate the thickness. So how to find the thickness? To find the thickness of any bed, you should know the top level as well as bottom level, and the difference will be the thickness, right? So if you consider B bed, you should know at what depth A meets at B, and at what depth B meets with C. So this will give two different heights, and the different will be the thickness of B, right? So let us consider this A and B as well as B and C. So the AB is meeting at 20 meter depth and BC is meeting at 40 meter depth. So the difference will be 20 meter, and hence the thickness of B is 20 meter. In the same way, if you want to check, you can do for C and D, which is meeting at 40 as well as 70. So the thickness of C will be 30, And once again you can look for CD and DE contact, which is at 70 as well as 90. So the thickness of D will be 220 meter, right? And once again for E bed you will be having DE and EF, which is having a difference of 20 meter. So the thickness is 20 meter. Is that clear? So this is what the thickness is. So if you follow the same rules all along, you can solve any type of question which is just like this. That is, they had given the outcrop as well as the map. You have to find the strike, you have to draw the strike, and you have to find the stratigraphic sequence as well as thickness of this formation. Is that okay? Okay, if you have a doubt, mention in the comment section. We will try to explain in the upcoming video. And these are the links, and we have actually started a website, that is sggeology.com, which you can use for your exam preparations. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.